So guys, thanks again for your time, for listening in to this series of different videos, short little videos by our inventor and founder, David Schmidt, really doing the explanation for us because none of us really can explain it as good as he does. And so as much as I love the case studies and diving into it, I am a picture person. And so I love to be able to see the pictures and really the before and after and what's going on. That's why I love this video. David Schmidt really has some brain scans that he shows of before and after. He's got some amazing 6-week studies that you're getting ready to see on how the X39 patch affects the brain, our cognitive function, our coherence. And as we age, guys, that's more and more important. So guys, listen in about David Schmidt talking about how these X39 patches actually bring balance to the brain. Thanks.
We have the privilege of working with Dr. Gaetan Chevalier. We've been working with Dr. Chevalier now for over 10 years. And Melinda Connor, actually, Dr. Melinda Connor, we've been working with her for about 10 years as well. Incredible researchers, and it's a privilege to work with them and their teams. Well, Dr. Chevalier was doing research into nuclear fusion at UCLA. He's an expert in laser spectroscopy. And some of our early studies that we did with him were looking at biophoton emission. And we saw that with our LifeWave energy enhancer patches, we could actually bring the cells into greater coherence, and this would improve biophoton emission from the cells. So this is a very powerful anti-aging effect. We also had run a study looking at upregulation of mitochondrial function. We did that study with Dr. Frank Schallenberger and Dr. Homer Nazaran at the time. Dr. Nazaran was at the University of Texas in El Paso, their biomedical engineering department. And so we saw directly that stimulating the skin with light would increase mitochondrial function. One thing that's important is that all 12 people in this open label study had dramatic effects. And we worked with people over the age of 60. And this is really significant because we would not expect, even with the effects of neuroplasticity, we would not expect to see changes this dramatic in a section of the population that is over the age of 60 and 70. But here at session 1 is baseline, session 2 is at 3 weeks, and session 3 is at 6 weeks. And what's happening is that the brain is shifting into a greater state of coherence. If we want to solve the problem of aging, the problem of aging can really be thought as a state of our bodies going from perfection, from the divine design, from a state of coherence and balance into a state of disorganization. And we see this over time, the degradation of the structure of the cells. Well, what would happen if we could reverse that and bring greater coherence to the cells, and of course on the macro level as well? And this is what we see with our products, that they establish greater coherence, and this is some proof of that. Here's the 67-year-old man. Now, I want to highlight the difference between these two because most people are going to see results with X39 within the first week and their first month using the product. Most people are going to get great results. Some people, however, require a little bit more time, maybe about 10 or 15% of the population. So if you have a patient that's using X39 and they don't see the results the first 3 or 4 weeks, that would not necessarily be unusual. You can see by session 3 here at 6 weeks, already there's a very significant improvement as compared to baseline. So some people are going to take a little bit longer